What is up, everybody? Bob Lopkis here at Whitewater Disc Golf Course in Spokane, Washington, and we're going to be playing 18 holes in a long layout today, trying a new aiming strategy and hoping to score well out here. Let's get into it. Starting off on hole 1, 450-foot par 4, and it is an island as well. Going T-bird off the tee here, trying to get it up the middle and hopefully not flex it out of bounds. Or hazard rather. But we do let it get too far left, so it does go hazard. Christian's with me today. He's going insanity off the tee. Horrible grip lock there. Good start to the day, but we're going 2 off the top. Hopefully get 1 inbounds here. Going beast, trying to do basically the same thing, but get a little bit further up and get a little bit more flex out of it. And we just put it a little bit nose up so it doesn't turn at all. And that one does fade hazard as well. So gonna be throwing 3 from the beast. Got a little bit further up. And Christian goes Valkyrie there and ends up hazard as well. I have this left to get up onto the island. It's a pretty small island. It's probably 20 feet across. So we have a little bit of a small landing zone. So we're just going a little pitch up with the range, trying to get it close to the basket. I would like to go forehand here, but the tree on the left side of the island is kind of in the way of that. So we go the backhand and we underturn it and leave it just behind the tree. We do have a little look through a window right here as Christian knocks his putt in. We do have a little look through the window. It is a tough putt, but it's makeable. And we hit the branch right in front of us. Knock it left, tap in the bogey. Unfortunate start, but not the end of the world. Pretty difficult hole with the hazard. If you don't stay in bounds, pretty easy bogey from there. So not upset at that, but we're on to hole 2, 505 feet from the long tee, also a par 4, up the hill as well. And with this shot, you're really just trying to get up the road, almost to the Mando tree. It's kind of far, but going backhand turnover with the Avenger SS and trying to get up there. Put it out on a touch of anhyzer, and it catches the edge of the hill, rolls back across the road, luckily stops in the bush so it doesn't go down the hill. Christian's going strike there, sends that one to the stratosphere, hits a tree, kicks straight down, luckily for him. But I have this. I would like to be on the right side of the road here, makes it a little bit easier, but we're going like kind of a stall shot with the crux, and we just put it way too low on too much angle. We make the Mando luckily, but we don't have a look at the basket, so we're just pitching up with the A3 here, trying to get close. And to the left side of the basket there's a lot more room, but we leave it right, so we're gonna have a tricky lie inside of this bush. We're trying to crawl in there, got a stick in my butt, pulling that out, trying to get behind my disc and then sink the putt, save the par. Good scramble there. Christian chucks up a brick from about 15 feet. But we're on to hole 3 now. No long tee here, so we're going 266-foot par 3 Toro straight and let it fade down. And we pushed that one a little bit too far. Got on the backside of the hill and got caught under a log, so we have a long look from where we are there. And Christian is the exact opposite, leaves it a little bit short. I have this under the log from about 60, 70 feet maybe for the birdie. And decent effort on the awkward footing, but leave it a little bit right and low. Got about 15 feet here on the comebacker. And we knock that one in, save the par. And we're on to hole 4 now, 300-foot par 3. And we're going crux up the middle. Trying to keep it flat past the Mando and then let it fade towards the basket. And we don't get a full hold of it. Comes out a little bit early, but we do get past the Mando and then kick straight down. so not horrible. Christian sends his insanity to the stratosphere again. He kicks straight down.
Middle fairway.
So I have this for the birdie from about 80 feet out. Go and jump putt here, just trying to lay up and putt it close. And we pull that one, get turn out of it, and we have a little bit of a tester from about 15 there on the elevated basket. Christian has that for par. I have this for par. Trying to take the time with it, make sure we feel good in our footing. And we just send it too hard, high right, spits out. Christian makes his putt. I tap in my bogey. And unfortunate there. Would have liked to get that one, but still early. Got plenty of holes to make up for that, so not the end of the world. But we're on to hole 5, 326-foot par 3 from the long. Christian got the tee from me there and sends it horribly right again. Almost gets the dark ace there on the other basket, but luckily catches that last tree. I'm going champion beast here, trying to flex it up the middle with the forehand, and we just don't get the turn out of it. Threw it just a little bit nose up, so it didn't turn at all. So we end up right side and short, but we have a decently easy pitch up here with the range. The only thing making it a little bit tricky is that I can't see the basket. So we're going on feel, and it's a pretty good shot. Leave it 5 feet short. Should be an easy tap in for the par from there. And it is. Knock that one down. Still 2 over. Going into hole 6, 140-foot par 3 way up the hill. And you can kind of see my aiming strategy there. Picking a tree and lining it up with my left hip. And then I'm looking at the tee box to pick my aim and planting my foot in the right spot. And then just trusting that my aim is going to be right from there. And it's been working out for me so far. So we're going to keep trying it. Keep getting it dialed in. Pretty good shot there with the range. Left it just a little bit right. And Christian goes tomahawk with the it. Gets up there. Cashes his birdie. And I barely catch that one in. High left, drops straight down, catches the very edge of the cage, drops in for the birdie. Luckily that one caught. That would have been horrible if that chained out and rolled away. But we get away with it, and we're on to hole 7 now. 196-foot par 3. Trying to go with the range again. And you can't see it. I blocked pretty much the whole shot, but it was a pretty good shot. Got it just a touch to the right side and kicked way left. You can see that at the end. Christian's going glitch here and just puts it on, and he doesn't get super far down there. I have this for the birdie, and there's a little tree in the shadow. It's kind of hard to see, but it's just off my right arm. So we do have a gap to hit, and it is framing up the basket. And we make the gap, but miss the basket. But we have an easy comebacker for the par. And that's a par for Christian as well. And I make my par. So we're 1 over through 7 on the long tees. Not bad. Would like to get even through 9, because hole 10 is a par 5 and it's a little bit tricky. So I'd like to be even through there. But we're on to hole 8 now, 275-foot par 3. And headwind off the river, so we're going A4 and trusting that's going to get stable. Threw it a little bit too high, and it stalled out a little bit at the end, but it's a pretty good shot. Pretty close to the basket. Christian goes rock X3 and just gets it nose up, crashes out early. I have this for the birdie from about 16 feet out maybe. And the tree in front of me is in my head. Got the line right, but just left it too high. Would have liked to get that one as well. That would have been my even. But we're still 1 over. Going into hole 9. And it's a 356-foot par 3. Going nuke OS, just chopping it over and trusting that it's going to fight back inbounds. And we just got that one way too low. Didn't even give it a chance to fight out, but we are safe, so we have a chance to save the par there. And Christian does the same thing he's been doing all day with the insanity. gets it way nose up, way too high, crashes out about where I am. He's going tomahawk from here, trying to stay away from that left side OB, which he does, catches the last tree and drops straight down inbounds. And I'm going with my A3 forehand, trying to get a little flex out of it, but making sure I stay in bounds. And just comes out a little bit right. I blocked that shot as well, but I caught a little stump. You'll see right here, right in front of Christian. Caught that, drop straight back. So we have a little bit of a tester. The tree is in the way as well, so we're going with a hyzer putt with this straddle, as you can see. And decent bit at it, just a little bit low, but good line. And we have an easy tap in for the bogey. Christian throws up another brick. Good thumbnail shot there. And we're on to hole 10 now. On to the back 9, 1,013 foot par 5, and you're just trying to get as much distance as possible here. I'm going with my catalyst, just trying to get it straight. And we putted a little bit nose up, but we do get some turn out of it, and crashes back at the end, right into the middle. Pretty good shot there. And Christian throws his best shot thus far. Doesn't get it quite as nose up. Crashes back to the left side of the fairway. And you can see the Mando up there to the left of the basket. I'm going with my Champion Beast, trying to stay safe up the fairway, and I just don't turn it at all. I thought it was a good shot out of my hand, but it just didn't turn even the slightest bit. So we missed the Mando. Have this for 4 from the drop zone. Going Nuke OS, trying to get up the fairway. And we put it out on hyzer. It's a pretty good shot. There is a Mando up there as well, so you can't go up that left side. And we landed here, don't really have anything, going leopard forehand on a ton of hyzer, letting it flip up, and you can kind of see it there. Caught a little tree branch and kind of just knocked it straight down. It would have been really good otherwise, but still not horrible. Should have an easy up and down from here. And we gave it a run, caught the last tree branch. Decent attempt. Christian knocks in his 10. I have this for 8, or for 7, excuse me. And we airball it. Horrible. From like 6 feet out, airball it to the right. Could not believe it. Gotta make this now from further away to save the triple. And we make that one, but we're now 5 over. I feel like I didn't play the hole horribly. Missed the Mando, obviously, so that hurt. And then missed that short putt. But other than that, had some good shots on it. And we're on to hole 11 now, 257 foot par 3. Going crux up the right side and letting it fight back to the basket.
Nice shot.
And that was a really good shot. Got pin high about 10 feet right. Christian's going with his insanity again. And does the same thing he's been doing the rest of the day. Except for this time it spikes back in, hits the log on the ground, square up, bounces like 10 feet to the right. That was a little bit crazy. In the hazard though, I have this for birdie. And not a great putt, but it catches high right and drops in. So we got a stroke back, 4 over, which isn't horrible on the long layout. But we would like to get a few more here on the back. And we're on to hole 12. This is a birdie opportunity, 312 foot par 3. Going with the catalyst, and we actually turned it. I thought that if I put it nose up like that to the right side, it wouldn't turn, but it did, and crashed back at the end, luckily, and left ourselves about 45 feet right. Christian goes with his X heat and just slips out early. Did flip it up, and this is a big death putt. You can easily 3, 4, 5 putt from there. So I just lay up, take an easy par, not trying to get too aggressive, do anything stupid. So we take the par there, and we're on to hole 13, 289 foot par 3. And I'm trying to go just left of the big tree with a forehand destroyer, and we just absolutely yank it way over to the left side. Does crash back at the end, but left it way left. So we're going to have a little bit of a tricky upshot from there. It does roll away at the backside and right side of the basket, so it is a pretty small landing zone you're aiming for. Christian goes up the middle with his insanity, leaves it a bit short, but you can see the hill there wraps around the whole basket, so it's really just the left side of the basket that you can aim for, and the backside and right side is road OB, so you really don't want to go there. And I putt good distance on it, but leave it way left. Just got scared of the right side, so we have a bit of a tester here for the par. Death putt, like I said, putting straight at OB, so gotta make this one. And we do hard it. That was a really good putt. Hopefully keep that going for the rest of the round. And we're on to hole 14 now, 339 foot par 3. Going destroyer here, or strike, excuse me. Going strike up the middle, trying to put it on a little bit of hyzer and let it get a little bit of a late flip. And we do that, but we just pulled it a little bit, get a kick way left, pin high, but significantly left. Gonna have a little bit of a tricky up and down from there. And Christian switches us up, goes with his pilot and gets a flex shot out of it, which is a little bit crazy, but ends up way short. I have this going with the range backhand, going with a little jump putt, trying to get it up to the basket without going too far and hitting OB. And I thought that was really good, but we'll see when we get up there. Christian sinks it from there. Crazy putt from him. And we left it a little bit short. Got about 25 here with a little bit of a headwind. And we're just trying to be confident, putting straight at the OB, just trying to give it a good stroke. And it just lifts in the headwind, catches the top band, and rolls so far away. And catches OB as well, obviously off camera, but landed right there. So we have this for the 5 now, from outside the circle. Give it a bid, bang, slam the cart. Zuka interference. But we tap in the triple after that super unfortunate roll away. Obviously left it a little bit high, but would have been nice to just drop straight down and save a bogey there. But we're on to hole 16 now, nope, 15 now, 293 foot par 3. And Christian forgot there was a long basket on this one, so he's going to the short with the tomahawk. Not a great shot anyway, but I'm going with my Nuke OS up the right side, just trying to do same little chop shot, and we do the same thing as we did last time. Just left it way too low, but we get some good, really good ground play there. Skip up to just outside the circle with an opening to the basket. And we leave it just left. Skedaddles away a little bit far. Got a little bit of a comebacker. Christian nails his comebacker, and I have this from about 10, which has been anything but automatic today. But we nailed that one, save the par. 7 over, going into the last 3 holes, and it's not horrible. If we can just get out of there even or 1 under, would not be mad at it. But we're on to hole 16, 461 foot par 4, and I'm trying to get up to the landing zone, just past the green grass, right about where I landed. That was a really good shot, pretty much placed it perfectly, so we should have an easy up and down from there into the island. Christian goes with his river, gets it a little bit nose up, and it stalls out just early, but decent shot from him as well. So I'm looking at this. They just put the backstop up a little bit ago, so it makes it a little bit easier. But I'm going with my range here. We do have a little bit of a tailwind too. and we just get over the rock and didn't even hit the backstop. So really good shot there. Just left it a little bit left, but should be an easy tap in from here. Except for it's not. And we tap in the par. That one fell horrible. Inside 10 feet, bullseyed it. Should have been the easiest birdie of the day, and we left it high left and spit out. It was horrible. But we got to put it behind us. On to hole 17, 275-foot par 3. I just lost my T-bird on that hole as well, so we're going with the Wraith here, hanging it out way wide and letting it crash back. And almost gave it a little ace run. Came up a little bit long and right, but decent shot there. Should have another look at birdie, although it hasn't been going my way so far, so we got to dial in on that putt. Christian almost gets safe with the X heat again, but comes up just short inside the hazard. I knocked down that birdie putt to go back to 6 over going into the last hole, which is hole 18, 376-foot par 4. It is eagleable if you get it up over the log and down to the right. So we're going forehand with the Beast. And we put it on a little bit of anhyzer and just didn't turn. Super stable. It's new. It's actually Christian's disc. I just got it from him. So still pretty new into the bag, so figuring it out, but it's definitely a lot more stable than my other Beast. So we're going to have to play around that when I use it in the future. But still a decent shot. Ended up here from about 100 feet out with it should be an easy up and down. And decent up there, caught the little branch and left it a little bit left side. And I put the mini down and I'm just staring straight into the heart of the tree. Couldn't even see the basket from straight behind my mini. So you want to straddle out right. Don't love it. Try to straddle out left. I'm going from my left knee, trying to throw a little Annie putt. And I hit the tree in bounce hazard. Quickest birdogey you'll ever take. Still have to straddle out for that one. Caught the left side chains in, luckily for the bogey. But just the quickest birdogey you'll ever see. Super unfortunate. Decent round. 171 rated, isn't horrible. 7 over on the long. And started off with that spit out. Off the top there. Air ball there. And then this was just a pretty bad sequence. Thought it was a good upshot, but left it short, and then the horrible roll away. And then missed the comebacker there too. Missed the tap in bird. And then this cost me 2 strokes as well. So all of those, if I take a bogey on 14, would have been 8 strokes saved from inside bullseye. So super unfortunate on the putting green today, which is just not dialed at all. Christian shot 23 over. Pretty bad day from him. But that's all right. Still a decent round, and the aiming worked, so happy with that. But we'll be back at you next Wednesday. Thanks everybody for watching, and bop off.